How are you doing? See you later. Hello there. Goodbye.
Hello there. Goodbye.
Bye for now.
It is here where our stage shifts westward of Cuento, to the divine land of Epic. It is a harsh desert land, with a massive oasis nestled in its center, built upon absolute faith in one true deity. Here, the divine Queen Margareta heard reports of the strife in Cuento and its aftermath. Yet these words fell on indifferent ears.
Which brings us to the present, Your Holiness. Cuento will likely only grow in prestige.
Yes, understood. Basically, Cuento conquered Wayland and squashed its own civil war. Right?
An apt summation. Truly, Your Holiness is blessed with divine acuity. If I may humbly elaborate, the Crown of Cuento has written other leaders, seeking their signatures in pacts to destroy the ephemera.
Who ephemera? Oh yes, those eerie weeds. Why should I concern myself with them? I'm rather sick of all this.
What ails Your Holiness exactly?
Look at Cuento hogging all the glory just because they're so ancient. They get a sword maiden and a guardian. But what do we get? I mean, would it kill them to share some of that with us? Look at us! Nothing but desert for miles. Might as well call us the Divine Sand. And whenever anything happens, it's always our god who swoops in and solves everything. No credit to the Queen. I think we need a little drama. Just picture it. The Guardian and the Divine Queen saving Epic from the throes of crisis. Pure inspiration.
Just so. If it pleases Your Holiness, might I offer to attempt conjuring that very guardian?
Conjure the Guardian? Can we do that?
Word has it that the Guardian of Cuento is a visitor from a world beyond our own. A might such as that of Your Holiness, Lady Margareta, would more than suffice to summon such a being.
Well, consider my interest piqued. I like the way your mind works, priest. I knew kicking that old boar out and bringing you in was the right idea.
Would that I were worthy of such praise, Your Holiness. I will see to the preparations right away.
And she looked exactly like Xion?
Maybe that person was the first photoner that came into direct contact with Xion.
Without any records, we can't say for sure. But under the circumstances, that seems like a safe assumption.
Especially since she went by the name Clarissa. Hey, second, have you ever heard Clarissa's voice? Well, only faintly, but I think Xion's voice was what I heard. She had Xion's voice back in my day, too. She did call herself Clarissa, but I just couldn't sense any aura but Shion's. Then again, Clarissa the White clearly wasn't like other cosmogenic arms.
Do we have any records concerning that?
All scrubbed away by Shion. Which I guess means she either thought we wouldn't be able to track anything down, or that we didn't need to. But getting back to the matter at hand, since things have calmed down on Omega, we should start planning our next move there. It looks like we've got 2 more countries where things need taking care of. Ys Artia and Epic.
They seem like they'll be more inclined toward having a dialogue than Wayland. Hopefully we can settle things without going to war.
Let's hope Harriet has a knack for diplomacy. But as long as nothing big is going on, I guess our Guardian has a little downtime.
Mate, listen up! We've got trouble. Yusa's been snatched.
Well, scratch that about calm. What do you mean she was snatched, Afen? What happened?
I barely get it myself. We were just standing around talking when this weird pattern appeared under her feet and she just disappeared. Aurora's clean vanished too. Where could they have gone?
We'll get searching right away. You start combing the ship, Afen, and get in touch the moment anything turns up.
Roger that.
Now how could Euclita and Aurora disappear so suddenly like that? And why?
Urgent report incoming, Shao.
Brigida? Why's an operator calling me directly?
It's about an unfolding situation. We suddenly lost contact with Aika from the Intelligence Bureau.
Meaning what exactly?
I was acting as her navigator when the signal suddenly cut off. However, there's no indication of any anomaly from her logs or our readings on her surroundings.
Understood. We'll focus on finding her. Please let the Intelligence Bureau know. If anything else like this happens, report it directly to me.
Roger. I hope Aika's all right.
I'm sure she will be. She's strong enough to have returned from a Dark Falls possession.
First Euclita, and now Aika?
Hey, I finally got through. Sorry to interrupt. Got a minute? Not a damn thing, unfortunately. But it looks like you already knew that. I just got word that we've lost contact with one of our ether users here on Earth.
An ether user? Is it Hitsugi? Cory?
No one you've met, Sierra. Her name's Rina Izumi. You don't know anything about it, do you?
Rina Izumi? Kasra had a report about her. Didn't she become a vessel on Earth for Apprentice?
I'm sorry, Enda, but we haven't seen any sign of her. We'll start looking right away. Can you put together a search on Earth?
Way ahead of you there. I have a feeling this is gonna take a dark turn.
So that brings the tally of the missing to 4. Euclita, Aurora, Aika, and this Earthling, Rina Izumi. Are you seeing the pattern here? Exactly. All of Apprentice's former hosts have suddenly gone missing. But there's been no sign of activity on Lilipa. The Apprentice we know seems to be under control.
Which means things might not be so quiet on Omega after all. I think this is the first time events on Omega have interfered so directly with this world.
Guardian, Sierra, keep your wits about you down there.
Otherworldly visitors like the Guardian? No, I've heard nothing of the sort. Have you, Verena?
I can only say with confidence that I've heard no such reports from within our borders, Your Highness.
Interesting.
Well, this demands our attention. Send word to make doubly sure.
Beg pardon, Your Highness.
Soldier, where's your sense of decorum?
Apologies, Lord Varuna, but it's urgent. You ought to see...
Move your rusty armor aside, fool! I'll do the talking here!
Who dares?
If you knew, boy, you'd shut your mouth before you say something you'll regret! You must be Harriet, the Ice Queen of Coento. Here I was, nervous to meet you. But you're just a regular girl, aren't you? And you! You must be this guardian people can't stop yapping about. I demand to know how you plan to fix the mess you've made out of my country! Well?
Please! Let's just all take a deep breath and calm down. May we ask who you are first?
Ugh! What a gallery of ignoramuses! Well, scrape the wax from your foolish ears and listen up! You stand in the presence of Margareta, the one and only divine queen of Epic!
You're the Divine Queen Margareta?
So, basically the biggest authority in all of Epic.
Now you understand. Very good. I'll just bask in your reverence now.
But why would such a revered figure come all the way to the capital of Coento without a single escort?
Well, you see... It's all your guardian's fault! Every last bit of it! Well, essentially, it's not fair! Why does Coento get a sword maiden and a guardian? Why can't Epic have a guardian? So all we did was try and conjure up a guardian of our own, and then... we snared 4 people from another world, like you, Guardian. But they were a bit scary, and I may have lost control of Epic.
Lost control? What in the world happened that someone could seize control of your land?
Look, I'm as shocked as you are. More, probably. It was all I could do to evacuate the people to safety. Before I knew it, they were scattered, and we'd been overtaken. I had to flee here.
Wait! 4 of them? Don't tell me.
You Coento folk invented conjuration in the first place, didn't you? I'd love to hear how you plan to take responsibility.
Beg your pardon, Lady Margareta, but I need to know. Did you use ephemera at any point?
Ephemera? Those off-putting weeds? What would I sully my fingers with them for? Though I suppose those terrors we conjured may have used them. Wait, that's right! People from Coento are out to wipe out those weeds, aren't you? When my country gets back to normal, I'll sign your ephemera be gone pact. How's that?
I'm not entirely sure I gather what you're asking, Lady Margareta.
Someone just do something! Anything!
What shall we do, Your Highness?
I suppose if ephemera are involved, we must give this our full attention. Not to mention the fact that the Queen's state is... dispiriting.
Yes, Your Highness.
Guardian, Sierra, I'll go and see what's happening in Epic for myself. Would you please accompany me?
Of course we will. It seems like this involves us too, after all.
With Divine Queen Margareta leading the way, the Guardian and Harriet set off for the western land of Epic. Nowhere in the border fortress, nor in any villages, were they met with citizens of Epic. They found only signs of a hasty evacuation. Though the people's swift flight spared them from any great harm, Margareta lamented the cruel reality that had forced them to abandon their homes. If they could strike the root of the problem, they could eliminate it once and for all, she reasoned. They ventured on until beyond another silent village, they found the desolate expanse of the desert. The Guardian and their party pushed ahead with their advance, seeking the 4 mysterious fiends who had usurped Epic from its queen.
So this is the desert of Epic. It's bleak, isn't it?
Epic began as a realm where the devout gathered. Perhaps the land's unforgiving nature is precisely why.
Exactly. Our ancestors settled here to form a place for strict religious practice. And as people gathered, towns formed, then a country. Behold the divine land of Epic, the realm at the edge of grace. And who should sit at its peak but I, the divine Queen Margareta?
Somehow I get the feeling you and Grace aren't too well acquainted.
Silence! Fairy!
I see no sign of any Castrum Demonica.
Why would we need those big, dangerous things anywhere but the border? No one would try to invade us anyway. And besides, we'd just be wasting the thin little strip of precious, useful land we've already got. Only an absolute nincompoop or a country as rich in mana and resources as Cuento would go around conjuring those things willy-nilly.
Interesting choice of words. Is Cuento truly rich, I wonder? True, our land has blessed us with abundant resources and mana. But surely the people's hearts need more than that.
Ha! You naive little thing. If a queen cannot be proud, who will? Do you enjoy demoralizing your own people? Take a look around. Do you think I don't know what a dry, barren, poor land Epic really is? We're rich only in sand and woe. But that's why I give the people something to aspire to. I conduct myself with pride and beauty. If they think, how I long to be like her, then my duty is done. Nothing drives a person like yearning for more.
Does no one resent you for it?
You simpleton. Who can be queen if they spend their time afraid of stirring jealousy? Well, I'll admit, I do get frightened by the idea. But it's out of my control, so I can't waste my time worrying about it. I am queen, and the pride of my people. That much is set in stone. What good is it to worry about what every last little one of my subjects thinks?
I guess only someone this arrogant could go and conjure 4 entire people to wreck their country.
I said silence, Fairy! If a queen can't show her pride, who can? You there! Wouldn't you agree? What's that?
Lady Margareta!
Thank you. But what was that? Where did it come from?
I don't know. It looked like it came out of nowhere. It's a Castrum Demonica, and supernaturals are popping up along with it.
How could it spring up with no conjurers around?
Offensive. Code Q.
Emergency defense mission alert. Numerous small spawn are raiding the mining bases of Lilliput. All ARCS ops, report to the quest counter ASAP to defend the bases.
Why did we have to get forced into battle here? Look, the ground's a complete mess.
Maggie?
Excuse me? Maggie? You will address the Divine Queen of Epic by her full name! Now what do you want?
You're sure that Castrum Demonica wasn't already set up here?
Of course not. Like I said, we only have those things on the border. We can't afford to have them taking up our land.
So that would mean it was just conjured on the spot, right?
You Coento folk ought to know more about it than me. Just whipping up one without a conjurer around hardly seems like fair play.
Indeed. We have no such technique in Coento either. Moreover, that castrum just now was odd.
It was suddenly just there, and it didn't give off any signal at all. Conjuration gives off different readings. So it wasn't conjured, and it wasn't set up in advance. Then...
Oh, enough! However this happened, those four villains are obviously at fault! How dare they treat my realm like some plaything! If you want a problem gone, you take it out by the roots. Don't you agree, Queen of Coento? It's time to reclaim my land! Quickly!
Right. That's some high and mighty talk for someone who's been standing around doing nothing.
If a divine queen doesn't have license to act high and mighty, who does? Acting high and mighty is the most important job of a monarch. Remember that, Queen of Coento.
Yes, I'll remember. I'm gonna be really disappointed if Harriet comes out of this acting like Maggie.
Suddenly, it appeared Epic was overrun with castrum demonicus, conjured by unknown. Though the populace had fled, they would have no homes or livelihoods to return to if the devilish creations continued to wreak havoc. The Guardians party forged their way deeper into the Divine Land, defeating the castrum demonicus as they went. Their targets, the 4 beings ruling over the newly quartered Epic, from fortresses in the north, south, east, and west. As they drew near the eastern fortress, a mighty force gathered to prepare for their arrival. The Guardian pushed on towards this unwelcome meeting, unaware that fate had an unpleasant trick lying yet in store.
Look! That's her! She's one of the 4 villains!
So the Guardian appears, at last.
Kill, 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 kill. Wow is right.
Speechless in the face of my overwhelming might, I see.
Actually, I think we're just completely baffled.
There's no need to fear, Guardian. Rather, you should join me. I would welcome you. Miss Matoy has spoken at length of your skill. To a frankly tiresome degree, I must admit.
Wait! What's going on? How come this Aika is mixing things about Oracle into the conversation? Aika's aura is still there, but there's also a Dark Falls-like presence.
Whoever this person is and wherever she comes from, she's most certainly under the influence of ephemera. Don't be hoodwinked by her words.
It seems our negotiations have failed. A pity. If I can't have your allegiance, I suppose I'll have your life.
Enough prattling, usurper! You think I'll let you get away with running roughshod over the divine land of Epic?
A little heavy on the theatrics there, Maggie.
Come on! Haven't you always wanted to act just once like you're in a real epic tale?
You, so-called ruler of this land, why would the one who conjured us here now stand on the opposing side? Is this behavior not what you wanted when you summoned us, the apprentice emissaries?
What I want is for the Guardian to flatten you so badly, you'll have to be scraped from the floors of this fortress!
Hang on! Let's not breeze by that very important point. Are they here to grant your wishes, Maggie?
Look, I'll explain everything later. But if we don't take her out right now, we won't have a later!
Then try your hand against the apprentice emissary, Aika, the misunderstood.
You want us to call you that?
It was not my choice, but it will do. Go forth, servant. Show them your true form.
Kill! 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 Kill!
Emergency! Code! Due! Completed!
Kill! Kill! Kill!
haven't disappointed me, Guardian. You're even more powerful than Miss Matoy said so very many times. But alas for you, I am but a false vessel, nothing next to my fellow emissaries. The brighter a light burns, the deeper the shadow it casts. In the end, you may wish you had fallen here.
Save your breath! No matter what vicious villains you cast our way, I will never abandon my country! Now, my companions, let's move on to the next foe! For the freedom of Epic!
I think you said something about an explanation, Maggie?
Well, hear me out. We've all heard those stories where a really cool queen frees her country from awful villains and saves the day, haven't we? I thought it'd be nice to create this grand tale of me and the Guardian saving Epic. Our god always gets credit for solving everything! So I was told, why not conjure up the Guardian and make it all happen? It sounded like a pretty neat idea.
You were told? By whom?
This priest who gave me a lot of good advice. But the second these 4 villains appeared, he up and ran away.
Who's ready to forget this and leave?
No! We can't simply abandon Epic! Whatever the cause, Ephemera's influence clearly plagues this land. And how could we leave the people to such a dire fate?
You're right. And I deeply regret what I've done. Deeply and painfully. I thought having a legend or hero would help cheer up my people. But what good are legends when your dinner plate is empty? What a fool I was to even think that way. Shameful, I admit it. So please, help me fix it. I'm begging you.
Please stand up straight, Lady Margareta. I understand how you feel all too well. Your only mistake was the way you went about your goal. And when you make a mistake, all you can do is try to fix it. Wouldn't you agree, Guardian?
You're right. We can't really turn our backs when the profound darkness is involved. And Maggie seems genuinely sorry.
Oh, Queen Harriet! Guardian! Even you, Fairy! All of you are far too pure! Oh, I worry you'll be taken advantage of!
I think it's a little late and deeply ironic for you to say that. But with this pair of softies in charge, I suppose that's that.
Oh, Aika!
Hello. I'm told I gave you two a great deal of trouble. My apologies.
Oh, don't worry about it. You got dragged into it unwillingly in the first place. Are you okay?
I have undergone a medical checkup and received a clean bill of health. I just have this lingering feeling of having been trapped in a long nightmare. The shame I felt over what happened in that dream makes me relieved to not remember what actually happened. And if I did remember, I wouldn't want to discuss it, much less ever experience it again.
You know what? Forgetting all about it sounds great. You didn't do anything wrong.
Oh, wait. How much do you two know about what happened? Why? Why does that sound so familiar? And why does my face flush just from hearing it?
Shuddering to see a friend brought so low, the Guardian defeated Aika the Misunderstood, the first of the apprentice emissaries. With this accomplished, the journey continued. The party forged on to the northern fortress and its waiting emissary, routing Castrum Demonicas along the way. But despite the success, their footsteps fell heavily. More than even the might of the foes awaiting them, they dreaded the sight of another friend, reduced to a dark vessel. They were no strangers to war and bloodshed, but no blade is as heavy as one raised against a friend.
Look who's here. Guess this means Aika's already fallen. Well, congratulations on defeating the weakest of the four of us. I'm afraid you'll find me a notch or two stronger than she was, to say the very least. Are you ready for a real fight this time? Now, take a good look at your tomb, and at me, your Undertaker, the apprentice emissary, Rena the Forsaken!
Yes! Now this is what I'm talking about! These crackling confrontations! A bit cliché maybe, but they make your heart pound!
Well, I found a visual match. That's definitely Rena Izumi, the Earthling Enga said went missing. But I just can't believe she's anywhere near this dumb in real life. This has to be Maggie's fault.
Go on, flaunt your strength all you like! But that strength is crippled by your arrogance!
What?
Real strength lies in the bonds between friends! Your defeat was written from the moment you decided to face us all on your lonesome!
What makes you so sure I'm by myself? Do you think I lack companions? Well, you're dead wrong!
Ha! Just drop the posturing already! I know all about your companions! When you were summoned, I saw all three of them make for the door while you were still working up the courage to even talk to them!
Silence! Hold your lying tongue or I'll take it from you! I think I've seen all I can take. We'd be doing Rena a favor by beating her as fast as we can.
Defeat me? A fine delusion. You'll die regretting that you ever provoked me!
slow.
Suppose I was the one.
Emergency code due. Completed.
No! Not sorrow! Please, don't take my imaginary friend from me!
You may have been strong, but that strength is founded in all the wrong reasons.
Wrong reasons? You mean, was I wrong to try and escape into a virtual world?
True strength isn't the kind you seek to defeat someone. It's what you seek to protect them. You only believed you'd grown strong because you'd been fighting so long on your own.
Your words carry the sting of truth, as does the outcome of this battle. I see now the folly of my ways. At least, here at the end of things, my eyes are finally open. Thank you, Guardian. The next time I'm summoned, I'll be brave and call out to my friend.
The poor girl. Even if she were summoned again, she wouldn't remember a thing.
I think it'd be a lot worse if she did remember.
Guardian? I really don't know what to make of what they've been saying. Do you?
Oh, come on! What's more touching than coming to an understanding with your defeated foe?
Says the one who didn't do any of the defeating. I could definitely had it bad, but I'm sure this was really tough on Rena, too. Incoming transmission from Anga? Hello, Sierra here. To what do we owe the pleasure, Anga?
Hey, Sierra. Oh, and you're here too. Perfect. I got some good news, for once. Rina Izumi's been found. Her memories of the whole episode are fuzzy, but she's not hurt. Doing kinda surprisingly well, actually. She wants to talk to the two of you. Mind if I put her through?
Oh, of course not. She knows about ARCs already from what I gather, so that should be fine.
I owe you big time, Sierra. Here she is.
Hello. It's me, Rina Izumi. I just wanted to apologize for everything.
Oh, that's very sweet of you. Thank you, Rena.
I can't remember what happened all that well. Could you fill me in? I didn't do anything really terrible, did I?
Well, terrible is subjective. Do you have a general sense of what happened?
Well, somewhat. Just the sense that I said some very revealing, pretty embarrassing things.
Uh-huh. Yes. Well, that part's real.
Wait, so you do know? Please, tell me! What exactly did I say? Forsaken. Lonesome. Oh no, it's starting to come back to me!
No, don't think too hard about it. You only just got back from having disappeared. Just take it easy for now. Don't try and remember, and give your body and mind some rest, especially your mind.
Well, I won't be able to rest my mind now!
With Rena the Forsaken gone, the Guardians party had bested 2 apprentice emissaries and reclaimed half of Epic. They marched onward, all too aware that 2 more of their friends lay ahead of them in wait. What strength would they wield? And more chillingly, what evil had crept over them? The Guardians' fears were twofold as the party pressed on toward the South Fortress. Awaiting them was a fiend so changed as to defy recognition as the friend they had once known.
I suppose I ought to compliment you for making it this far.
This one's an entire world apart from the 2 we've faced so far!
Huh. Don't insult me by naming me in the same breath as those other emissaries. They're mere trainees compared to me. Can you hear the wind singing? It sings the lonesome dirge of your funeral.
Now this is just cruel! Can you imagine what Othin would say if he saw this?
Othin? My head!
Wait, look at her! Could it be she's merely being used as a puppet?
Gee, I don't know, Maggie. Do we know anyone who maybe wished for that to happen?
Oh my, Euclita! Seems like you're struggling just a tad behind all that tough talk.
Be quiet! Why in the world are you even here, Apprentice Emissary Aurora the Timid?
Come on now. Is that any way to talk to your fellow emissary? Euclita the Obstinate? I just thought I'd stop by and give you a hand, since our friends here have probably had just about enough.
Are you all just down for anything that falls in your laps?
Having me on your side is as good as having 100 of anyone else. Let's wipe the floor with them, Euclita!
Way ahead of you. Entrance us, Sky Dancer Aurora!
Now she's got a cosmogenic arm? We can dissect how weird this is later. Here she comes.
Nice try! Well, I expected no less from the one who took down the 2 other apprentice emissaries. But I doubt you expected this!
What's going on? That hurt so much! Is this actually happening? I could have sworn this was just a really weird dream!
What are you doing, Aurora? This is absolutely not the time! Get back into weapon form!
But that really, really hurt! Wait. Oh, jeez, Euclita? Did you get turned into a Dark Falls again?
Wait! How did Aurora turn back to normal? Could your power have done this? Now try Euclita!
What's happening? Where is this? What are we doing here in some fortress? Aurora, what did you do this time?
What makes you think I did something? I thought I was just having some weird dream, and then all of a sudden I woke up in searing pain. Wait, if this isn't a dream, where could we possibly be?
I can't tell you how relieved I am to see you two back to normal.
Sierra, is that you? Why are you so small? And what do you mean, back to normal? Was something manipulating us?
Oh, right. There's a lot of explaining to do.
Wait, so no more fighting? Did we persuade them to join us? Oh, rain on my parade, why don't you?
If you're hoping to fight, Maggie, we can certainly oblige.
Well, how nice to solve everything without bloodshed for once. And that they're back to their senses. What a peaceful resolution.
Who's this kid? She looks like an idiot.
Excuse me? How dare you impugn my intelligence? And of all things, you dare call me idiot, the name I hate most of all!
Wow! Impugn? Look at you, using hard words like a big girl.
You watch who you talk down to, especially when you look barely out of swaddling clothes yourself, you little brat!
Oh! You've got some nerve calling the captivatingly, despairingly, inducingly beautiful Aurora a brat!
Yeah? Wanna know what it's like to fight a divine queen, brat?
Ha! Well, take your divine pride and swallow it! You're in the presence of a goddess of beauty, an actual divine being!
You dare! The height of disrespect!
Your bickering wouldn't be so grating if the two of you weren't just as bad as the other. Look, I think we could all finally use a little explanation. What's going on? So all four of us former apprentice hosts were summoned here. Everything about this world is a little too hard to believe normally, but after what we've been through, how could we doubt it? Tell me about this arrogant child who summoned the four apprentice vessels.
Well, if you asked me before, I would have bet she was pretty strongly connected to Aurora in some way. Or maybe it was Aurora herself.
An understandable misconception. I was the original apprentice, after all. But it should be pretty clear by now that that's not true. Lest you forget, I don't associate with idiots.
Here you go again! How many times do I have to tell you that I am a queen and I command respect?
Just can it, dummy! How else are you supposed to tell an idiot they're an idiot? They're too dumb to get it if you sugarcoat it!
It's like watching someone fight a mirror.
I suppose like repels like sometimes. Maybe they're both connected to Apprentice because they're similar after all. Anyway, how are we supposed to get back to the Ark's ship?
Oh, good question. When we defeated the other two, it released them, and they returned to their original worlds without having to do anything.
What? So we have to let them beat us up? I don't know about you, but that's not really my cup of tea.
Interesting. Who was that again who once upon a time told me, the more it hurts, the closer I come to salvation?
Hush, Euclita! Why doesn't Queen Numbskull, who summoned us, do something to send us back?
How am I supposed to know how to send you back? I barely even understand how you were brought here in the first place.
You might not want to use your stupidity as a defense.
All right, you two. Let's settle down. If you were brought here using a summoning circle, we should be able to use the same circle to send you back.
Then we need to go to my palace. Let's get back right away. Oh, and I can finally recall the evacuation order.
Peace crept back over Epic at last, as the Guardian loosened the grip that the apprentice emissaries had upon the land. In advance of her triumphant return, Divine Queen Margareta called off the evacuation of her people. The people began to return in droves to the capital upon the oasis. The Guardian's party approached the seat of Margareta's power, following a wave of returners. Finally, they arrived at the city, pulsing with life and heat in the heart of the desert.
At last! We're nearly back to my dear old palace. And look! Everyone's coming right back! My virtuous deeds have worked wonders. I've come back to you at last, my dear subjects! Witness the triumphant return of your divine queen, Margareta!
Hey, out of the way! Coming through with heavy bags here!
Look at how bad the ground dried out in just a few days! Oh, my crops are done for! Damn it! It feels like this place wants us to suffer.
Yeah, quit whining. How are we supposed to test our faith if we don't suffer?
Does the queen usually get ignored, Maggie?
Oh, this is fine. Why should I be upset that they're working so intently they don't even notice me? That just means they're getting back to their everyday lives.
Whoa! Little Margareta. I almost tripped right over you. Sure you're getting enough to eat? Well, not that I can raise anything bigger than you. Look what poor little dead crops I came back to after that evacuation.
Looks like you made our god angry trying to raise them too big. Grow some nice plain ones so you'll have plenty to give the tax collector.
Well now, Lady Margareta. Back to stick your fingers in more pies, are you?
Too right I am! And I'll keep coming back to give you a divine scolding if you don't show a little more respect.
Hey, it's Queen Margareta! Quick, you better run or she's gonna point the finger at you next!
Ha! There's no use running. I've already pointed at you a million times, but I moved too fast for you to see.
And there she goes, competing with children. Look at how they all tease her. Is she really the queen of these parts?
I suspect this is just Lady Margareta's way of connecting with her people. You can see that they're all working so hard. But they all have such bright looks in their eyes. Not a single downcast face.
Good grief! You'd never know this was the seat of royal power with all this disrespect. Looks like a tax hike is in order. That's enough of my time wasted here anyway. Let's move on to my palace.
May I ask you something, Lady Margareta? Do you love this land?
Oh, I can't stand it!
She didn't even blink!
The crops never come in right, it's dry as a bone and hot as an oven, the wind won't give you a break. Need I go on? But, well, I am the queen after all. I can call it the pits all I like, but it's still my country. It's a part of me. Not to mention, you can't just sit back and watch people treat your property like a toy, can you? After all, I'm the Divine Queen. Epic is no one's toy but mine.
Hey, we resent that, Lady Margareta. This land belongs to our god, and to we the people!
Quit eavesdropping, peasant! If I say it's mine, it's mine! Less yapping, more bootstrapping!
Well, you certainly did make it into your toy, which is exactly how you ended up summoning those four and wrecking the place.
Enough of your needling! The people of Epic aren't so weak as to break over a trifling thing like this! Lest you forget, you're at the heart of the realm at the edge of grace, in the city of the strong of will. There's no changing the past. I put it behind me. So what's left but to hold my head high and smile? It's a ruler's job to be proud. If I smile, then so will my people.
Compared to Cuento, this castle certainly has, well, character?
Unlike the good people of Cuento, we don't have the materials to waste on building a plush palace like that. After it became my turn on the throne, I had a bunch of people with absolutely nothing to do build this. Show a little respect!
Welcome back, Your Holiness Queen Margareta. At long last.
Wait, aren't you?
How, if I may humbly ask, did Your Holiness enjoy the diversions I so painstakingly arranged? I confess, I did not expect Your Holiness would so quickly seek aid of Cuento. Much less that Cuento would oblige.
Who are you again?
How could you forget your own priest? The one who taught you the art of conjuration to begin with!
I thought so. That Your Holiness talk never sat right on your tongue, did it? Let me tell you, your cover leaves much to be desired. How moronic. You really thought I forgot you? Do you think gods are known for letting betrayers off lightly? All I've forgotten is your name.
It's impossible to tell when you're being cunning and when you're just being idiotic. Though to be honest, that only adds to the fun.
It's you, the one from Wayland.
And? Why did you come back? To wave the white flag?
Oh, hardly. Just here to do my best to stave off an anticlimax.
In other words, you plan to keep up your evil tricks, right here in the palace of the Divine Queen Margareta. You must have forgotten that here in this place, I can do absolutely anything I want. I, Margareta of Epic, hereby command you to die. Dinner time!
What was that?
The divine might of Epic. The power of miracles, given shape and passed down for generations. Unfortunately, we can only use it here. And honestly, it's kind of gross and I hate it.
So you could have been safe all along if you just stayed here?
What good is it if I'm safe when the rest of my country is in danger? Anyway, let's get you two on your way back. Now that they're here, all we have to do is send them back the way they came.
Yes. That should do it.
All right, you two, step on up. Oh, don't worry. I can't do that thing again unless you start blaspheming. All right then, time to get started.
Now you've done it, you imbecile!
What's happening?
Is that ephemera?
You let your guard down, Divine Queen Margareta. I told you I was here to prevent an anticlimax. You killing me was the last step that was needed. Now I can take over this place. All that's left is to offer your body to your own god, to become a vessel for these factors.
Damn it! I can't! Fine! You leave me no choice! You two, go back where you came from!
I'm disappearing.
Wait,
1 second, Queen Numbskull. Don't worry about us. Worry about your own stupid hide, idiots.
Show some respect if you don't want to die! Ugh. It's my duty as queen to send you back! Now stop dragging your feet and go!
Lady Margareta!
Stay back, Queen of Coento! You can't help me! It's too late for anyone to stop this now! I'm going to give in, just for a little while. Guardian, it'll be up to you to save me. What story could be more heroic than that?
It's a little late to be thinking of stories.
Quiet, Fairy! Can't you let a poor, terrified queen have her one little moment of bravado? Look, I don't know what this thing will do to me if I try and fight it. So I'll give in. But only if you promise you'll save me! Please!
Well now, what a pleasant change. At last, a slightly more grown body. The type of vessel I've sought for so long.
There's no doubt about it. The signals match perfectly. It's Dark Fall's apprentice.
Oh my! Look at this delightful little set of toys just waiting for my arrival. I don't suppose you're here to help me break in this magnificent vessel I've waited so long for.
Wait, I'm getting apprentice's readings, but her stats are something else altogether. If we're up against apprentice with every ounce of Maggie's miracle powers, I'm not too sure about our odds.
Well said, Guardian. We must save Lady Margareta.
What is this? What are you doing? Look at you! It's like you went to a beautician and a clother and just said, all of it, please! This can't be me from now on!
I beg your pardon? What does a brat barely out of diapers know, next to the incarnation of beauty itself?
Just stop talking! You sound like my stuffy old ancestors! Take those words out of my mouth!
I won't trade barbs with a mere vessel. Learn your place.
My place is the throne of Epic! Is this really what I'm like now? Am I this thick-skulled? You just keep your trap shut and get ready for the Guardian to stomp you right into the floor! For the world, for my people, for my country, for our God, and above all for my own sake!
Wow. I guess only Maggie could get possessed and still be able to throw fits like this.
Obviously! Who do you think you're dealing with? Margareta, the Divine Queen! No one gets away with wielding our God's power and toying with our country! No one but me, that is! All that aside, I refuse to accept that this is how awful my fashion sense will be from now on! Hurry up and get her, Guardian! Smash her into tiny bits! I know I do!
Are you quite done pretending like I'm not here?
Emergency! Code due! Completed!
like it's working! If we can just separate the Dark Falls and save Maggie.
Wait! Get back, Guardian! Hurry!
Whoa! What's this darkness seeping up from the ground? Was she keeping this power hidden?
No, something isn't right here.
What is this? You mean to steal me away?
I'm getting ephemera readings! It's an F-Factor outburst! How do we save Maggie if we can't even get close?
If there were a path open, you could save her, right?
Harriet, where?
Guardian, I'll open the way. The rest is up to you. If all of this stems from ephemera, let it find the vessel it seeks in me!
Oh no. I just can't take this. Is this really what's in store for me?
Oh, enough of your moping! This is exactly what you're going to look like in a few years, so you better sear the image into your eyes now!
Stop that at once! How disrespectful! You've got no sense of fashion, you're arrogant, and you're disrespectful! You're beyond all help! You're right. We can settle this another time.
I am Dark Fall's apprentice. I am what this girl could have become. I am who she would be if she remained an apprentice vessel and did anything and everything she wished. I would have already vanished when I lost my vessel, and you cut me down except...
Well, what was I supposed to do? You may be the queen of overdoing it, but you're still me. And yet, I just can't really accept the idea of being a host until I fade away.
Indeed. The idea of simply being used is far from what I prefer. Ah, Margareta, in case this hasn't crossed your mind, were I to return to inhabiting your body, I would regain control as before.
Then what was the point of all this? Isn't there anything we can do? She can go with you? Is that something you can even do, Guardian?
To be frank, I don't believe that idea sits well with the two of us either. There's something about you that goes beyond just unusual. Like that girl back in the palace. What granted you these abilities? I suppose we haven't much choice. Time for you to hurry back where you came from, Margareta. If you don't get moving, your body and soul could become unglued forever, and you'd have nowhere to go.
Before I go, just answer me this one question.
What's on your mind?
What is it you think I still need?
Who's to say? You'll have to decipher that yourself, little one. What? Don't delude yourself into thinking I'm worried about her. I have my own goal in mind. To find the villain who tried to use me and crush him into dust. All that mattered to me was which would be more effective, taking over that young girl's body or working with you. Read nothing else into it. Watch your mouth! You do remember who you're speaking to, don't you? We don't need to get along. We only need to take my power with your body and put them together so we get what we want. Nothing more. You understand, I take it? Ugh, I grow weary of this chatter. You two, get back where you belong.
Are you both all right?
Yes, I'm fine.
She looks like she's gone back to normal. But the other people who've been possessed, well...
Yes. I remember vividly how the light enveloped Luther and took him away.
I knew it! Lady Margareta!
No! You can't just leave us behind like this! Just talk to us one more time! Show us the arrogant Maggie we know! Huh? Whoa! Oh, wait a second! Are you going to breathe life back into her?
Is that something you can even do?
What the hell are you doing? I mean, what are you trying to do? What a disrespectful way to treat someone! Oops. Well, good morning, everyone. Don't mind me. Just going to wash my face. What was all that for? A queen can't play a little harmless prank? You all need to find a sense of humor.
There's a line, Maggie, and you jumped right over it. You even brought magic into it. To think we wasted tears on you.
Come on, I was never going to die. I'm the Divine Queen, our god's worldly proxy. How could I die without divine permission? Besides, how many times have I said I don't need anyone to cry over me? It'd be far better to laugh instead.
I suppose I'm glad you played that joke on us. After all, it meant we got to see you again, Lady Margareta.
Oh, I see. Now you threw me off kilter. Well, I guess I could try some more queenly behavior. Gods are only gods if you respect and have faith in them, after all. Guardian. Lady Sierra. Lady Harriet. Queen of Coento. In Epic's time of need, you three non-believers shed blood and sweat for us, like our god's own messengers. You have my deepest, truest thanks. See? I can hold a royal court with the best of them!
Wow. Well, that little coda just now certainly reminds me you're still you, Maggie.
Explain that remark, Fairy!
It means most of the time you act like there's not a royal bone in your body.
You take that back!
Well, I knew anything at all could happen when I went diving in there. But it's odd. I don't feel the least bit out of sorts. In fact, I think I feel fine. I'm more concerned about where that shadow that overtook Lady Margareta has gone.
All I can say is I don't feel it anywhere nearby. But as strong as it is, I'm sure it's going to reform somewhere else. I've still got a bad feeling about where this is going. I need to heighten my guard. So much to do. Look at me, right back to work the moment I get home. Aha! I almost forgot. After all we've been through together, I'm sure you'd both like to help, Guardian and Queen Harriet. Yes?
Good day, mate. Thanks to you, Yusi and Aurora made it back safe. Appreciate you. They won't tell me where they went, though, or what happened while they were gone. It's the only topic that little blabbermouth Aurora won't touch. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad they're back. Just, I'm a little concerned. You saved them, didn't you, mate? I figured you'd know something.
Often, there are some things you don't need to know.
Trying to expose a young maiden's secrets? How utterly tactless.
Oh, come on, guys. Why keep such a tight lid on things?
Because it doesn't concern you.
A little cruel, considering how much you care. But I agree with you, Clita, on this one. Often, you have things of your own you'd prefer not to remember, yes? This is no different. It's all terribly embarrassing, you see.
Aurora, zip your lip! You gotta keep everything that happened over there secret too, you know?
Something embarrassing? But you can't dangle that in front of me and expect me not to be curious.
Lady Margareta, are you sure it's wise for us to be doing this?
Of course it is! Going for walks is part of any respectable monarch's job. I wasn't able to show you around much when you first got back, so now's our chance.
Oh my, if it isn't Lady Margareta! Back again, are you? Still no crops to show, I'm afraid.
You think I don't know that? I'm just showing a friend around!
Lady Margareta? You found a friend?
Oh, poor thing. How could such a tragedy come to pass?
Be strong.
Sucks to be you! Simpletons! I'm standing right here, you know!
It's just, is someone like you with a friend?
Lady Margareta, can you believe it? You've made a friend. You. Haughtiness personified.
Skipping straight to the insults, eh? Although, if you went back in time and told me I made a friend, I wouldn't believe it either.
And who is this so-called friend of yours?
She is Harriet, the new ruler of Cuento. Even ill-informed rabble like yourselves have heard of the Ice Queen, have you not?
Ah, that I have. The cruel-hearted monarch of Cuento.
But what makes her an ice queen?
Are you chilly, ma'am?
Well, I believe it may be referring to some aspect of my personality, or my bearing, perhaps.
You don't seem very icy to me.
Wish she could cool us off. This land is just too danged hot, if you ask me.
You're Lady Margaretta's friend? Yes? No one with such a warm heart deserves to be called an ice queen.
Huh?
Yeah, if you're the Ice Queen, we need a whole slew of words to describe Lady Margareta.
You're so right. We'd be busy till sundown.
Silence, simpletons! Can't you see Harriet is troubled? Be gone at once! I swear, I have the most disrespectful subjects in all the land. But I can see where they're coming from.
What do you mean?
They call you the Ice Queen, so even I was cautious at first. But when I met you, I realized you're the warmest person I know, Harriet. Even my simpleton subjects recognized that about you right away. They all felt at ease talking to you.
You think so?
I do. Whatever imbecile decided to start calling you Ice Queen is an awful judge of character.
Lady Margareta.
What is it, Harriet?
Thank you. Thank you so very much.
What brought this on? Well, whatever. I humbly accept your gratitude. You're welcome, Harriet.
Well now, a new companion decides to drop in unannounced, and without even a word of greeting. No manners whatsoever.
Ah, Luther. I was just thinking I smelled something vile. I suppose our final passenger is Elder's vessel.
Ah yes, our distasteful cohabitant. It defies common sense so terribly as to negate it altogether. What kind of space is this for us? Ah, begging your pardon. I had no aim to incur the displeasure of our good host. Goodness, though. I see you're as shiftless as ever.
That's rich. You've been freeloading here much longer than I have. What happened? Didn't you lose interest in the world once you couldn't have the Akashic records?
In short, yes. With Xion gone from this world, it has all but lost access to the records as well. But as to why I am here specifically, well, I should think the reason would be self-evident.
Planning to use this one for your own ends, are you?
Oh, I think I smell danger. Could it be you feel indebted to our host because they saved your past self?
Nothing of the sort. I'm just showing them my disgust that they'd partner with someone whose true intent they don't know.
But it's not so one-sided as you make it sound. It's an equivalent exchange. I lend my power in return for knowledge.
Hey, you hear that? This fool says these things, and you don't feel an urge to expel him?
Cease the false accusations, would you? I'm here. Nothing more. Apprentice. I believe parasite is the perfect way to describe this. A future defying even Xion's prognostications. And we get to observe it.
Getting desperate, Luther? Hardly surprising, considering how far you've fallen.
I can't help it. I'm very particular about appearances, a trait I believe we share. Why don't you just admit that you've grown fond of your host?
Don't be stupid! I'm only here out of necessity. Inevitable, unavoidable necessity. I'm not apprentice anymore. My name is Margareta, and you do well to remember it, Luther.
Well, you certainly do seem quite a bit younger than the apprentice I know. I suppose that would make you easier to deal with. How frightening. Honestly, I do plan on respecting the wishes of my host. And her, of course.
What are you reading, Alma?
Whoa! Oh, just nothing. Think I'll go have a nice relaxing float around outside.
Huh. Well, there she goes. What do you think she was looking at?
I can just feel the curiosity seeping out of your bones.
Whoa! Sierra?
Just what could have piqued the interest of the legendary First Claris Craze, better known to us as Alma? Well, I just so happen to have access to her browsing history. And just say the word.
Sierra. Take it easy, okay?
You can't just take it easy on violating someone's privacy. Stop her, Shao. And Sierra, at least give it a second before you start snooping. Oh, wow. Regius and Maria's deployment records?
Can't we do something about this, Shao?
There are some things even I can't do. Like putting the Akashic records into visual form and interacting with them, for a start.
But I feel really bad for Alma. Especially when she's working so hard for all of our sakes.
All right. Sounds like it's up to us. You with me, Shao?
Well, it's not like I have anything against her. Do what you think is best. Just don't go overboard with it. Alma wouldn't want that.
You seem extra bubbly today, Sierra. Did something special happen or something?
Not a thing. But who can say someone else won't have a surprise in store?
You called for me.
Reggie!
I didn't expect to find the best and brightest of Arks gathered here when you sent for me, Overseer. Our two venerable guardians, and the great Shao himself.
Yes, things have been complicated lately.
Which brings us to the point, I suppose. What can I help you with, Sierra?
Well, I just think having you here is all the help we need. So thank you, and that should do it, right?
Is that so? Well, I'm pleased to have an excuse to see you again, Guardian. I'm glad to see you in good health. And you, Matoy. Exercising moderation, I hope? Sarah often raises a fuss about your exploits at our command meetings.
Yes, I've been trying to have a bit more restraint. And you, Regius? Is everything going all right?
Oh, yes. The instructor's life is a fulfilling one. Each day is a gift, quite frankly.
Regius, I was hoping you could regale us with some of those good old war stories.
That's an odd request, Sierra. Wouldn't you rather see what happened firsthand in my deployment logs?
Well, I mean, maybe, but that's not the point. Look, Regius, I know this may be hard to believe, but I want you to know that right over there... Stop it! Just don't tell him I'm here, okay? Please. No! Wait a second! I'm sorry, Regius! Another time!
What's all that about, Shao?
I think it has to do with some matters you could have sorted out better. Say, 40 or so years ago.
Alma? Sorry, Sierra. I know you went to a lot of trouble for me, and I just ruined it. I can't tell you how happy it made me just to be able to see Reggie again. Honestly, it means the world to me that you do that. But it hurts seeing you all talking and having a great time with him, whereas all I could do was just float before him, invisible. It felt like I was trapped in a world where I don't exist. I felt lonely all of a sudden. In my head, I knew this was the way things would be. And yet look at me, still looking up where he's going and everything, still not letting go. Oh, Alma, I'm so sorry. I should have considered how cruel this would be to you. There's nothing cruel about it. I chose this reality, and I'll just have to live with it. You didn't do a single thing wrong, Sierra. Nobody did. So please, don't blame yourself for any of this.
said something might show up, but you didn't have to go and make my prediction come true! Jeez!
Readings suggest similarities to Apprentice, but stronger than the one from the mining base. Apprentice should be gone. Why is it appearing in this world?
Hey, Fairy! Get it together! It's here now, so we just gotta get rid of it! Anyway, you gonna be okay? Against that big lug? All right, you got this! Go as crazy as you want! Just make sure you stop that thing!
You're extra bubbly today, Sierra. Did something nice happen?
Not for me, but something great will be happening for someone else. Right, Alma?
Right. I'm coming in.
Maria!
Well, what have we here? The Guardians in Shao, plotting something sinister?
Kaspra is the sinister one. My thoughts are entirely pure.
Listen to this unruly kid. Sarah tells me you're cooking up something in secret.
Sierra, maybe you shouldn't.
It's not her fault, my dear Matoy. It was me who asked her to bring Mary here.
Huh?
After seeing how well Reggie is doing, I had this urge to see Mary next. So I asked her to make it happen. Even though I can't talk with them anymore, Reggie and Maria mean so much to me. I wanted to see my friends. So thank you so much, Sierra.
No problem. Just happy to help.
Besides, they're not as young as they used to be. Might not have long left.
Maria, is everything okay?
I felt something unpleasant. Just imagining, I guess.
Now that made my heart jump. Mary's always had such clean movement. I love it!
Well, look at you two Guardians. What are you up to?
Oh, hi, Maria. You're looking well today.
Now that's what manners are all about. My ungrateful trainees could learn a few things from you. Of course! With the hell Regius and I are putting them through, manners must be the last thing on their minds.
Don't you work in General Affairs, ma'am? Why are you assisting the Training Bureau?
Because it's more fun, of course. Regius retired from General Affairs and forced his own duties on me, so he doesn't get to complain.
But is General Affairs going to be okay without you there?
They actually function better without me. You've been helping them out from time to time, right, Matoy?
Not by choice.
Only because I know they're fully capable. Regius and I will be leaving the front lines before you know it. We'll have to pass the torch. We're out there in the thick of things, so we might be gone sooner than you think. And when that day comes, we need a smooth transition. That's why I'm having her do this. Not sure what Intel is doing, but young Zeno and his bride are taking care of paperwork at the training bureau. Put simply, we're readying the next generation.
Yeah, or you're just looking for an excuse to play hooky.
Oh, hello, Sarah.
I'm laying out a plan for the future of General Affairs, and my own lieutenant doesn't understand it.
You two can't be that close to retirement.
It'll be here sooner than you think. Regius and I have a lot of wear and tear on us from years of service, honestly.
Oh.
Ah, why the long face, Sarah? Don't tell me you're on the verge of tears at word of our retirement.
You're being ridiculous. If you want to retire that bad, then just do it already, Granny.
She can't figure out what she wants.
Maria, are you really gonna retire?
Still a ways off if I had to guess. But I'm not getting any younger. Regius and I will have to step away from Ark sooner than we think. And when the time comes, we want to make sure Arx has a rock-solid foundation. That's what we're here for. Protect the organization and protect the home front. Sounds like a real pain, I know, and it can be. But that's what we promised Alma.
Wow, I had no idea.
Oops. I'm starting to ramble on about the old days again. Pretend I didn't say anything. Anyway, guess I ought to swagger my way into a command meeting for a change. So long, you two.
Notice. Signs of Dark Falls Luther have been detected on Omega. We're going to need your assistance, so get ready.
Hello there! Are you on a mission? Right now, I'm in the middle of polishing up the hero class fighting style. As far as advertising efforts go, Io and I went all around the whole ship. Will that be enough to spread the good word? It's impossible for me to know, but it should be a good start. It's important for people to know our names. But I mustn't forget to devote myself to the hero class itself, too. I do feel that the word has gotten out about the hero class, but people still aren't familiar with how we fight. Surely there must be a good way to teach everyone how a hero fights.
Ha ha ha! I've got just the idea!
That voice! Lieutenant?
Ha! Looking good, Stratos. I've been hearing about your deeds, Bonehead. You're really busting your butt.
I'm humbled!
Thanks for helping Stratos out. She doesn't give up easily, as you can see, but she's too reckless. I guess she resembles a certain someone else I know. It's crazy. Yeah, so you feel the same too then, Bonehead. I believe so myself. Huey said she's like me. No way! No way! We're totally
totally different. No matter which way you look at it, you can see Huey's influence.
By the way, Lieutenant, you said you had some kind of idea?
Ah, that's right. I've got a great idea for showing off the hero class fighting style. Stratos, the two of you should try fighting each other. Show everyone how your new class fights in a mock battle with the Guardian.
Huh? Huh? Ah! That's right, Lieutenant. It wouldn't be a fair fight.
But it could get the word out on how a hero fights. Isn't that enough? They're crazy strong. One of the strongest in all of the arcs. But whether or not you're a match for them is up to how you handle it, Bonehead.
But if I lost, wouldn't it make heroes seem lame and make them give up on the class entirely?
Why are you thinking about what happens if you lose before you've even started, Bonehead? Are you psychic all of a sudden? That ain't like you, Stratos. What's the name of the class you're in charge of, Bonehead?
You're right, Lieutenant. Heroes never lose hope. They never give up. I may be inexperienced, but I'll try my best. Please, allow me to spar with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Millennium Arena, broadcasting live to all ARC ships. Directing today's event is none other than everyone's favorite combat hero commander, you, and...
Combat Hero Lieutenant Clearest Rays. Let's make this one a blast!
The scale's a little larger than I expected. Festivals are nice and all, but aren't we overdoing it? Right! If this is how it goes, it's more appealing to enjoy this situation to the fullest. Besides which, the truth is I'm really looking forward to having a match with you, Guardian.
Okay then! Let's get our contestants in the ring!
All of ARCs knows our next contestant. It's no exaggeration to call this contender a living legend. They've resolved many conflicts and received many thanks. The Guardian! Appearing today in secret because we didn't tell Shadow about this. Going up against the Guardian today is the young hope of the Combat Bureau. Member of the new Tactics team, founder of the brand new hero class. Her name is Stratos! It's her tireless efforts that got her here. You do good to remember her.
If this is it, I just gotta do my best now. Please fight with all you've got.
False on signals in the city area? Oh, but we just got to the good part. They just showed up with no warning.
Sorry to say, but the show is over. We ask all citizens watching the fight to follow the guidance of
Shion have appeared in the city area. Commander! Lieutenant! I can act immediately! I'm heading to the rescue now!
Going solo will get you killed!
I'll be fine. I excel at these sorts of situations. I'm off!
Oh, wait! Stratos!
Hate to ask, but I am in your debt.